In every heart a fighter resides, a spirit fierce where courage abides, unyielding strength, resilient and bold, a warrior's essence never grows old. Hello, welcome. This is Sandra Hart at Life Over 60. Thank you so much for joining me again today for this conversation. As you know, I am, after the summer of being away, I am back home. And it really is good once in a while to be able to get away, and then it makes you appreciate home sweet home a lot more. I had a very interesting conversation when I was in Nashville with my children. And it's so great to have them with me as grown-ups with great conversations that you can have with them when they're grown up. It's just absolutely wonderful. And they were talking about our lives and their childhoods and everything that we went through. You know, I don't really want to beat a horse by repeating over and over again my life and what I've been through, but my first husband was paranoid schizophrenic. He was very ill and caused a lot of trauma in our lives, and for a long time, and he was eventually murdered. And so the children went along with all of that with me. And as we were talking, I realized that I grew up, and I'm part of the silent generation, where we just went on, we just kept on doing what we thought we had to do, and we didn't explain ourselves or talk much about what we were going through. We just knew we had to go through it. And my children asked me, they said, "Mother, how did you get through it all with three of us children and having to deal with Jennings and all of his problems, and then eventually his murder, and raising us by yourself? What within you can we learn about you that we don't know that kept you going?" And wow, I thought that was a really loaded question that I hadn't really thought about in life. I just do. And it really took me aback a little bit. And I thought, wow, all these years, my children really don't know all of me. And they still have, I'm a mystery to them, and they still have questions about who I am and how I went through all of that. So I actually, had never thought about it before. So I went back to my cottage that night, and I thought a little bit. And then I wondered about myself. How did I do that? How do we do that? How do we get through life's bumps and ruts and valleys and hills? How do we do that? What within us allows us to live our lives and still keep going, even though it's not, all roses and wonderful things. Well, at dinner the next night, afterwards, we were clearing the table, and I was putting things in the dishwasher for them, and we sat down again, and we were just thinking, and I said, "Do you still want to know what it is about me that maybe kept me going, and maybe you can do in your lives and tell, my grandchildren when there are tough times?" And I said, "Actually, it's very, very simple. I just knew that I had strength within me, and I know there were times when I said, the worst of times when I said, 'God, why me? Why me?' And then I said to myself, why not me? Why not me? Am I so special that I am supposed to cruise through life without any troubles at all? Well, that's not life and that's not reality. No matter who you are, right? That's not reality. And I said, I just was positive. I just believed that tomorrow would be better, and I just knew I had to take care of you kids. And I just knew that I could do it. You know, I had great faith. I believed that I was not alone. I believed that God was out there looking out for me, and that maybe the things that were happening to me were choices that I made that led me down this path. And remember last week we talked about our journeys and our paths that we take. Well, maybe this was my path. And maybe in life we have lessons to learn. Maybe that's just it. At my age, and I've met a lot of people, and as I'm a life coach and I talk to a lot of people, and I know that nobody skates through life, do we? We just don't. And we have to accept the paths that we were meant to walk, whatever they are. And I was once told, and I'm sure you've heard this too, that we are never given anything that we can't conquer, or that's going to break us, or that we can't get through. And it was eye-opening for me in a way that I thought my children really knew me. But I guess there are things about all of us that people don't know. There is a certain part of us, isn't there, that is just hidden somewhere within us that we don't share with everyone, not even our children. But one thing that I do know, that was I was unbreakable, that I had a positive attitude, and whatever hit me, whatever adversity was coming against me, I just knew that I was going to survive and I would conquer it. So actually, it's just a positive mindset. You have to believe in who you are. You have to believe in your own strengths. And you have to know that tomorrow another door is going to open. Something is going to be better. And as I've said a million times, a lot of times it's not our dream or our path that is the right one for us. And I said to them, you know, if I hadn't made all of these choices, if all of these things had not happened to us from the time you were born, everything that we went through led to me and was leading me to the life that I was supposed to live. And it led me to the love of my life and to the stepfather that loved you and did so much for you and gave you the comfort that you needed growing up. Had all of these things not happened, all of these paths that I walked in my life and brought you along with me, none of this would have led us to where we are today and where we were meant to be. Life is just that, isn't it? Life is just that. I love this community, and I love the way that you share with everyone. And if you see someone write a comment and they're troubled or they're sad, you take a minute and you answer them. And you give them a pat on the back. And you let them know that there is hope. And it really would be great if below this video you would maybe put down your path and how did you survive, and how would you say, what was the one thing about you that has led you to where you are today? I really would like to know that. And I'd love to have you subscribe if you haven't already. This is, I think, the best community in the whole YouTube platform. And I'm so proud to be a part of that community. Thank you ever so much, and please be good to yourself today because you deserve it. Be kind to all of those people in your life and whatever stranger comes across your path today. And of course, let's all pray for world peace. And don't forget to share the love, because love really and truly makes the world go round. Thank you, and I hope to see you again for another conversation next Tuesday. Take care, and blessings your way.